let me just take this chance maybe to go over what Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador is. So Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, as Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors, our role is to make a difference with students from around the world. So our main purpose is organizing tech communities, creating local tech communities, and empowering. And that was for the bootcamp. And finally, today we are going to have a tournament. The tournament has been set to run exactly from 7 p.m. So if you haven't registered, Anthony or Sipa should be sharing the link on the chat so you can register and so that you can participate in the tournament. And if you did not receive your Microsoft Azure activation codes, then Sipa will also be sharing a link to the form so that you can fill and get your keys that you can use for your tournament. Okay, so what are the goals of this event? So our goals for this event is to help you understand the fundamentals of Python, which I've been doing since 14th of January. And you can find all the recordings on YouTube. Anthony and Sipa kindly share the link to the YouTube playlist. And then one of our goals was to help you write a code for the match game on the gaming platform. So we covered that on Wednesday. If in any case you missed it, you will still find the recordings on the, you will still find all the recordings on YouTube. And this is just a sample game that you need to play as the organizers of this event. So this is actually what you are expecting to see from 5 p.m. And as long as you have registered your bot, currently we have the test tournament and the final tournament. The test tournament will be running from 5 p.m. in the evening. I mean, from 6 p.m. in the evening, and the final tournament will run from 7 p.m. in the evening. So you don't have to be in the call all throughout. Once we have our guest speaker, and once you have taken you through the basics on how to register your bot and register the tournament, you can leave the call and go work on your bot, and then maybe join us later at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. and see how your bot competes against others. So getting to our sponsors for today's event is Jenga School. So Jenga School is an AI and data science school in Kenya, and they've been so generous. They've been there since the beginning, and Jenga School will be offering a full scholarship for the top 2 participants in the tournament. And then they'll also be offering 20% discount for any other person who would like to join Jenga School, as long as you participated on the East Africa AI Gaming Bootcamp. Then we also have Microsoft Africa Development Center that will be offering a number of swags. So these swags will include Microsoft Backpack, Microsoft Notebook, and Microsoft Backpack, Microsoft Notebook, and a Microsoft Pen. So we'll be sharing this after our final tournament when we'll be announcing the winners around 7 p.m. And even as long as you're within East Africa, Microsoft will be shipping all those rewards to you in whatever location you are. So just before I introduce our guest speaker today, let me first of all also thank our bootcamp instructors who have been taking us through the basics of Python and the basics of the gaming tournament. So we have Joshua from Bootcamp University. We also have Bethany Jepchumba from JQuat. We have Faith from JQuat in Kenya. We have Anthony from Tanzania. We have Eric from Kenyatta University in Kenya. We have Sifa from Nairobi University in Kenya. And then we have Sandra from Kenyatta University in Kenya. So I would like to take this opportunity now to welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Lawrence Meru, who is a senior lecturer at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. Thank you so much, and you can take this opportunity. Welcome, Dr. Lawrence.
Thank you so much, Felix. Such an honor to be in a community of guys who are really developers and who are interested in more of the issues around modern technologies and such. I hope I'm clear, Felix. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. So I'll just stop sharing my screen. Thank you.
So as Felix has said, I'm Lawrence Nderu. I am a lecturer at JQuat in the Department of Computing. I'm also an instructor at Jenga, and I'm excited for sure to be talking to guys who are already involved in what the current world requires. There is no, in my own view, an exciting time to be in technology like today. So I hope that I want to share my screen. I just want to share a bit of it. I'll make sure that we have I want it to be as interactive session as is possible. And you allow me to just to make sure that we are able to interact. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen clearly.
Nice, nice. So when I heard about this event, I was very tempted to think about the opportunity that we are living at. And that's why I thought about coming up with a title or the talk that will take a very short time, but of which I am hopeful that we will be able to think through the times that we are living at. And my title is Tech Disruption. So first of all, I would want you to think of some of the major disruptors that we have witnessed. Think of what Amazon capability it has and what it can do. I want you to think about even looking back at some of the year 2015 and all that, what some of the things that started coming up. It was a real disruption. The corona came, and these are things that we now know we have adopted fully. If you hear people talking of crowd, talking of Uberization, talking of capital for businesses and all that, these are things that have become common to us. The reason why I said tech disruption is because as a young person, I believe that the people who are involved in these are young people, involved in universities, involved in all those kind of. One of the major challenge that even me as an instructor or as a lecturer keeps me thinking about is opportunities for young people. Now, let's look at the current status of what has happened in the last, like say in our university education. We have a lot of students graduating. There is always a statement of doom that we do not have jobs, we do not have, and this is a real case that makes me think deep about issues that we have to really work towards improving. So I have looked at, if you look at this map here, this was from Fred, which showed the manufacturing jobs. And as you can see, persons or thousands of persons employed, the number of people employed in manufacturing as of this date was going down. Now, the question was, is it that people are no longer manufacturing or something like that? But actually, this was the reason. The issue is that industrial production has increased, but we no longer are looking at it from the having people employed into it. In other words, the statement is that one person today does the work handled by 40 people 40 years ago. This is a time we are looking at productivity issues. And the technologies that we are talking about, or the AI and all those things, are things that are going to continue disrupting the whole industry. Every aspect of our life will be disrupted. Now, you as a young person, you either are meant like the old generation, or you take the opportunity that is at hand. These are some of the changes that we have: digitization, technology enhancement, capital over labor. These are the things. Utility expands. You have a house, you have a room that is space, you can go to Airbnb and you are able to, that's something that people can be able to rent and use. You have a car and all those things, you can rent it out. Utility issues is to think of the crowd services and all that. Think of this movement towards where we have convergency. A mobile phone now has convergence or condensed so many technologies in one hand. And Africa, just to give you an idea, we had a conversation sometime with Jeff Dean, and he said, well, look, there is an area that we tend to think will be very disruptive, the area of mobile phones, particularly in Africa. And because we have mobile phones that everybody has one and such. You think of this kind of utility, think of all those things, think of cars and all that. So the idea is this, even our data. A few years ago, access to data and the amount of bandwidth and all that was a big issue. We have improved. Think of when COVID started and the way we were talking about poor internet, you can't hear and all those. And now there is a real improvement in that area. The world most valuable resource is data and the new rules of competition. This was what the Economist stated in 2017, that you have, this is now where I want us to think as people who are residing in Africa. Are we going also to be left? We are generating data, our young people are generating data. The question is, are we going to be left out in these areas? Are we going to be people who will not benefit from the many solutions that are there? So when I hear, so as a young person, instead of seeing it as doom that there are no opportunities, the idea is that now you can work everywhere, and jobs that are in US, you can still work from them when you're here. In other countries, you can still access them from here. And even when it comes to the access to the best in terms of resources, in terms of teaching, in terms of resources, you have the best that exist for your use. So what am I saying? For me, I see it as an opportunity. I see it as an opportunity that we have to think about the substitution that is happening, capital for labor. And these are some of the figures that I want to try and justify that. So I know one area that I think most of you, as you can see, you are very interested is the area around gaming, and you have seen the investments that are going to that area. Well, I see it like gaming is very interesting because you can answer very complex concept in a very fun way. That's what we want. There's a learning opportunity as you program bots, as you program chatbots and all that. And that is a real investment in terms of technologies that are supporting that. So we are not just talking about industrial robots. We are talking about areas that even 3D printing, or those we are talking about even areas that we thought they were only meant for human beings and all that, they are coming in. Now, and therefore, that means that we have moved to areas that, of course, initially were preserved of some of just a few individuals. Look at what has happened in genome sequencing and all that. From our offices now is Slack is our offices. This is how we continue to communicate to keep in offices. We no longer need the mortar and offices and all that. We are able to keep up to that. Platforms continue to expand. Today, I was looking at a company in Nigeria that does juices or Rika or anything that is in that form, and their businesses have continued to grow. It's a Nigerian company. It has really grown through that. It's an e-commerce platform. So what I'm trying to say is that even within this doom and gloom that is being preached, we have a lot of opportunities. So when we do not need to think of our challenges. This is what Singler said, that growing trends that will continue to expand. Artificial intelligence, machine learning are obvious trends for continue gaining speed into the next. And these are things that I know you people, even when you program those chatbots, you are looking at them as a big one. AI and speech recognition. It's an area that you all know. The complexity in which speech, the complexity of speech, we are surmounting some stages. Nowadays, you have Facebook APIs that can help you even do state-of-art generation of some conversations and all that. So chatbots, as you have said, big area and all that. And some of the areas that are of interest and continues to grow are things like what we have in deep learning and all that, and natural language processing. I don't want that. Good bots, bad bots that can do a lot of things, fraud, And this is where now I'm saying there is an opportunity for us to look at how we can use technology for good, but also be ready when bad bots are created in our midst. Devices connected is also big, and that is going to be a big area, and all that connected clothing, wearable technology, and we have impact of technology on commodities, like say in areas that we have some resources that are going to be affected. So this is the hyper cycle for emerging technology. And as you can see, there is a cycle of some of the things that I believe you people have looked at. Brain-computer interface. We want to understand more of the human thinking. We are looking at smart data discovery, IoT platforms, smart robots. These are all things, blockchain. They are all interesting threads that we have to look at. Now, and all these areas, as you can see, there are trends that we have to think about. So in my conclusion, what I would say is that we have, as young people as you are, we have to think about how will this technology affect the businesses. And well, it could be that we are no we don't have businesses ourselves, but the question is, how do we fit? How do we fit in that cycle? How will it impact customers? How will it impact you as an individual? So you only have one rule: to continue being hungry for knowledge, to continue bettering yourself, and to continue working so hard so that then we don't have Africa that is currently crying for being left out. You understand the issue of what has happened on vaccine. We have no capability to build because that has been a real issue, as well as you have seen it being discussed on the news. So my argument and my closing argument is that even the way we teach, the way we innovate in terms of teaching, and that's why Jenga School comes in as a solution that I think talks about the issue of now solving some of the problems in terms of skill set and looking at the hot areas of data science, the hot area of software development. As we know, the software is eating the world, and we have to be at our best in terms of all those ideas. So that's what I wanted to say in this forum, and I'm very excited to have been invited and to share ideas around the question of what's the future of technology? Where are our people going to be? Do we have to give up and say that because the future generation invested in a technology where now we feel that there's a threat of AI, are we not going to be part of people designing this system? Are we not going to be part of the people who are not just consumers, but creators of this solution? We understand the technologies that are being used. That's my dream, and that's what I would want to see happening. So thank you so much, highly appreciated.
Okay, thank you so much. That was a very interesting talk. Okay, somebody is speaking. Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Lawrence. That was an amazing talk. I hope somebody gathered something here in between. And now I want to take you through how to get your Microsoft Azure activation codes and your Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services. That is for those who haven't gotten the Microsoft Azure activation codes. Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, Felix, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. Oh. for you to participate in the gaming tournament, the first thing you need to have is to have the Microsoft Computer Vision API key. So I'm just going to portal.azure. No, I'm just going to Google Microsoft Azure for Students. So on your browser, just get to Microsoft Azure for Students. Now, with this, you'll be able to activate and get $100 worth of Microsoft Azure credits. But you'll find that in most cases, your school email address will not be recognized by Microsoft as a valid institutional address. So in that case, we'll be providing you with activation codes that you're going to use to activate your Azure for Students. Now, why are we using Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services? As I said before, when programming your bot and for you to participate in the tournament, your bot will need to make requests to the Microsoft Computer Vision API endpoints. So, because you need to know the content of the tile before you make a move. So, for you now to know the content of each and every tile, you learn to analyze all your tiles so that you know what each and every tile contains before you turn them. Yeah. So you'll be able to know, for example, if it's a landmark, if it's an animal, or if if it's or if it's a text, or if it's a text. So I want you guys to maybe follow this one step by step. I realize a number of people are having problem activating this, so I'm giving you some time to get onto this website. Just Google Azure for Students, and then you'll click on Start for Free. So when you click on Start for Free, you'll be required to sign up. If you hadn't signed up before, if you have an account, then you're going to sign in. So let me give it some time to load. Okay, so at this point, you'll be required to sign in. So I'm just going to sign in to my student account for just a minute. Now, once you sign in, give it some time, it's going to load. Okay, so in most cases, this is what you'll be getting, unable to confirm your university or university to use your school email address. So you can maybe sign out and try and sign in maybe with your personal email address. And once you're signed in with your personal email address, then what happens is that you'll be asked your method of verification. So the method of verification is going to be a drop down. So you'll see a school email address, and then when you click on the drop down, it's going to show you Azure using activation code. So it's at that point that you need now to enter the activation code that we sent you. And you'll also be asked to verify your phone number. So once you have verified your phone number, then you enter the activation code that we will be sending you. So maybe Sipa, can you just drop the link to the form on the chat once more? Drop the link in the chat once more so that everyone can access it. I'm just going to copy paste it. Once you fill this form, you will require your first name. You'll also require your school. And once you fill that form, you will be getting an Azure activation code. So let me just sign in once more, and now we'll check you into the portal. What you should be seeing once you're signed up. Okay, it's going to, I think I'll type the wrong password. This is apply. So if password is wrong, it's wrong. Stay signed in. So I'll be taking you through the Microsoft Azure portal. We went through these on Monday and also went through these on Wednesday. So we're just going over maybe for those who are joining for the first time and maybe those who have been having trouble. And let me just go back to portal.azure. Now, once I'm signed in, I'm just going to portal.azure. And I will be showing you how to create your computer vision API key. And it's this API key that you'll be using on the AIGame.com platform. Maybe just load that site. Okay, the Azure portal is still loading. This will be okay. I hope all of you can see my screen clearly. Now, once you get onto the Azure portal, it's quite simple. You'll come and click on create a resource. So a resource can be anything. It can be Microsoft Azure Computer Vision API. It can be a virtual machine. It can be a web app. And at this point, just search for computer vision. Yep, there you go. Anybody left behind? Anybody left behind? Please let me know, or you can drop a comment in the chat, and I'm going to answer your question. Let me know if you are facing trouble up to that point. I hope all of you are with me. Okay. Now, once you get to the computer vision resource, we are going to create now that resource. Let's give it some time to load. And you are going to select your subscription. So when selecting your subscription, you are going to see something called Azure for Students, right? So that's what you need to select. So that is after you already activated your Microsoft Azure for Students subscription. Then on the resource group, a resource is just like a container that you can use to store related services. It can be virtual machines that are maybe belong to one department. So in this case, if you don't have any resource group, you can create one. So in my case, I already have, and let me just create a new one. Because I have a number, so let me just select on one the ones that I have, my gaming. And your region, I want you to take care when selecting the region. I want you to make sure that you select West Europe. So this is a requirement if you're creating a Microsoft Computer Vision API to be used on the gaming tournament, AI gaming tournament. So make sure you select on West Europe, because that's where the AI gaming servers are running. And then the name, you can give it any unique name. So I can give it, for example, Digiplex 254. Yep. Now, once that is done, then you are going to select on the pricing tier. Select on the S1 standard, that is the 10 calls per second. You see that the free version is limited. You can only make 20 calls per second, and this one might not work when you are participating on the tournament, because you'll be making more than maybe 2 calls per second, something like that. So select on the S1 standard, then just agree to the terms, and then review and create. So at this point is validating, running a final validation. So all the validation passed, then I'm going to click on create. So let's give it some time. Up to that point, who is lost or who needs some more clarification? Hello? Okay, I'm assuming so far so good. So deployment is in progress. Then once done, I'm going to click on go to resource. So my resource has been deployed, and it's the Digiflex AI Gaming 254, and you can see a quick instructions on how to get your API key. So to get your API key, you now just get to the left navigation bar and click on keys and endpoints. Now, once you click on keys and endpoints, you'll see your key hub, key 1 and key 2, and then you also have the endpoint. So the only thing we need right now is the key. You can decide to copy it, and make sure you don't share it to anyone. You can copy it, And then now, once you get to the AI gaming, AIgaming.com website, go to the editor. Let's give it some time to load. So I'll be showing you how to create a template and how to enter your API key. So it's creating my template file. Let's give it some time. Okay, so you can see I have a number of I did. Okay, if it's your first time, it's going to create something called dev.bot.py. Is what it's going to be created, and then you can decide to modify it. And then if you want to use your Microsoft Azure activation code, I mean your Microsoft Computer Vision API key, then you come and create new, and then select on Microsoft API template.py. So this one is going to come with a template that has everything that you need. So let me just call it, for example, Felix. Yeah, then I'll click on yes. So in clicking on yes, I'm going to click on that. But I'm going to open that file. So if you click on that file, you see we have the header vision, OCP, a subscription key. So it's at this point now that it's on this place where you need to put your Microsoft Azure API key. So let me just zoom in so that you see it clearly. So I'll just select that and paste my API key. And then once I paste my API key, then everything is set and you can save and run. And by default, it will be playing against the housebot. Now, let me give it a test. I'll try. It's Digiflex 8bot against the housebot. So it's already playing. You can see it's playing. So 1 point so far. My bot has scored 1 point. The housebot is 0. 2 points so far. 4 points. Then 4 points so far. So the game has actually ended. 5 points. Okay, so it's like I'm defeating the housebot. So remember at this point, your bot has like the minimal implementation possible. You haven't modified your code, you haven't added anything, and still my bot was able to win the housebot with 5 points against 2 points. So you see the game has ended. If you take a look at down here, the game has ended. Maximum number of moves made, winner, Digiplex 8bot, right? So it's that simple, and you can do a lot to modify your code and make it even score even 130,000 points. So during our test tournament on Wednesday, there are people who scored, and the people who both have been scoring thousands of points. So on Wednesday, we took you through how to optimize the bot. We'll be going through that just in a few, but then that is all that is required from you. So I just want to know how many people have managed to register the bot, how many people haven't registered the bot, and I mean, how many people have managed to get the subscription key and the Microsoft API keys. If you've already gotten your Microsoft Computer Vision API key, maybe you can raise your hand so that you know. Okay, Demo Movie, Ramon. Who else has the Computer Vision API key already? Okay. Timothy, Eric, let me know if you're having any problem getting the API keys. I can take you through.
Hello, Mr. Felix.
Yes.
I think I got lost somewhere.
Yeah, where did you get lost?
Yeah, so where I got a response that unable to confirm your university ID.
Unable to confirm university ID. Okay, can you
Yeah.
share your screen so that I take you through it?
I'm using my phone.
Okay.
I don't know how we can go about it.
That one will be allowed to maybe allowed to sign in and I'm going to window and take it through. So maybe that's oh no, I'm supposed to go to your students. Change to English. So maybe just one thing on the drop down, are you able to see something like select something like a drop down where you are supposed to select the method of verification?
Yes.
Can you see something like that? You are supposed to click on that drop down and select on a verification code. Then you use the verification code that has been sent to your email. Let me just log in into my personal account and take it through. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I can remember my personal password. Okay, so it worked. Okay. So you can see I'm signing in with my personal email address. Then I'm going to select my state. I'm going to select my country. Okay, twice. Then I'm supposed to enter my phone number. So just a minute. I enter my phone number. So then you click on text message here. It has to verify your phone number. Okay. Then you should receive a code. Once you get that code, okay, where I am, the code might take some time to arrive.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving it some time. Once I get that code, I'm going to enter it here.
Okay.
Okay, it's taking longer. Okay, let me tell them to call instead. To give it some time. Okay, just a minute. So this is the same message you got, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get to this point where you are supposed to enter your phone number?
Yeah.
And did you enter your phone number?
You actually received the code.
Yeah. So once you enter the code, mine is taking, okay, I think my code just arrived. So let me just enter that code. No, that was not the code. That was somebody's mistake. So my code is taking longer than usual to arrive. So did you get to this point? You said you got to this point. So once you enter the code, it's going to ask you something like the method of verification. It's going to be a drop down, and you're going to see the school email. Click on that drop down, and then you'll see the verification. And at this point, I'm assuming you already filled the form on the chat, and you have received your activation code. I mean, the activation, I mean, you have received the code that you should be putting on that field. So once you put that code, it should automatically verify your status, and you should receive $100 worth of voucher credit.
Okay.
Is that okay? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So maybe anyone else having some trouble? Okay, so far so good. I'm going now to give it to Anthony. So Anthony is going to be taking us through the iGaming portal. He's going to take us an overview of the bot, how to submit your bot and how to register for the tournament. Yeah. So Anthony, you can take it on. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Okay, thank you, Felix. Remy, you can stop sharing your screen so I can.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, I stopped sharing my screen.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Anthony, you can see your screen.
Felix.
Yes, Anthony, you can see your screen.
Okay, let me continue. So, welcome, guys. We are going and how to our codes for the tournament. First of all, if you have for this platform, you should come on this button to register yourself. Come on this button, it will prompt you to fill your username for the platform and others. Then you come to agree or to receive the newsletter, then you click registered and you will get a confirmation email on the email you for AI gaming platform. Then after, go to confirmation mail and you click it to login. So let us see how to login on AI. Write your email or your username if you remember and click the login button. Okay, yeah. When you have logged in on your platform, in order to submit or to register for the tournament, you should game, and when you hover the mouse, it will prompt a game type and gameplay. View tournament. So when you have done, it will prompt you on this window, which have option to create a tournament and register for the event. So on your side, you can't see this if you have not registered. You can't see this tournament, and the first thing to do if you have not registered to fill tournament. And the code, Felix, can you drop the code for the tournament?
Okay, so I've just dropped the actual link on the chat. I've dropped the link of for the event on the chat. Okay, you want to register for the tournament, right? Just click on the checkbox. Just click on the checkbox. That I think should work.
No, for those have the starting of our event, they can't see this tournament. So
okay,
what we do is to fill the code.
Yeah, the code is
when the code. Yeah, you can paste it on chat. When you fill the code that Felix is going to paste on our chats, you then the tournament. So when you click the register for the tournament, that will pop up or will appear on your window. The part is to register for this tournament. The first tournament is testing tournament, our test tournament, and the final tournament is called it. So how to register for this tournament? Click on this check box. A window like this tournament. So when you click register for the tournament, it will prompt you to select which will be showing the name of your boat. And this, when you click on this, boats will appear. Okay. Yeah, will appear. So select the file or the name of your boat that you use it to modify, or you have confident with it, or you have sure. So for mine, I will use this duplicate myself. So then when you have you have selected the name of your boat, then you click register. When you click register, this checkbox, it will show a blue tick. After that, you can come on and click also on this checkbox. And this window will pop up and click register. Then select your boat which you are confident with. Yeah. Then you click register. And your moment will be you will be registered for the tournament, for the next tournament. So that's is all steps about submitting for the tournament. So there's any question or have anyone stuck on registering and submitting their vote on yourself and speak up if you have got a problem on these steps.
Okay, maybe Victor is asking about file name. Maybe Victor, you can unmute yourself and clarify the question you're having. Hello, Victor. Okay, so maybe if I can answer that question, I think when you click on where you are being asked to choose the file name, you should give it some time to load the files that you have on your editor, right? So if you don't have any file, you need to go to the editor and create a file. The way I created using the Microsoft templates.py. Once you do that, then when registering for the tournament, click on the checkbox, and for the file, at first it will show you that create file. So you just need some time to load all your files. I think maybe it might be a problem with your internet. That's why it's taking some time to load all your files. So once it loads all your files, then you check on the file that you want to participate in that tournament. Yeah. So that's all from my side, Anthony.
Okay, thank you, Felix. Does anyone have a problem?
Okay.
So if
Somebody said I should come up. Maybe Anthony, can you go through how to getting the file? Can you show them how to create the Microsoft template.py file, and then show them how to register that file on the for the tournament? Yeah.
okay, in order to create your file, come on this editor and click this editor. It will prompt you a window which okay, let's wait for the network to be opened. Sorry, my network is strong. Right, have opened. So in order to create a template file, come on this new, then when you create new, select Microsoft API template and your template according to the name or what name you want. Let me say the final template. That's the name of my template. Then you click yes. So when you click yes, your template will be the default with the default code, which will be used to modify or to match your. So when you create this template, the first thing is your computer vision, your Microsoft key, and paste on this part. Written your European Microsoft Computer Vision API key. So they use to paste your cognitive API. So copy that API and I think my network is sensitive and so copy your Microsoft API key and where supposed to be pasted on this part and paste it and save. When you save, your template or your code will be ready to play the game. And the type of game, make sure is image game. When you come on this part to select the type of game is image game. So make sure the type of template or template to the tournament is match game type. So select the type of game. Its default prompt match game. To confirm it, make sure you click the match game and the game type from this game. So, and to test if your code is already perfect, you can come on this button and play it by clicking this button run, and it will start competing with the default bot code house. So you can see my bot is perfect and the game started to play. Your code have no error, or test your code before submitting to the, yeah, that's all. And to submitted your code or your bot, for me I submitted duplicating myself. So when you come on this button, you can view, go to the tournament. It show me green ticks, which show me I have tournament. It show me also I have submitted to the final tournament. So make sure to view to view if you are bot or your modified submitted to the tournament. So I think I can end up there. Question, you can unmute yourself and speak up. Felix.
Okay,
There's
sorry, I was
anyone?
muted. Sorry, Anthony, I was muted. So there's Victor who has a question. Maybe I can share my screen and help him how to get the Microsoft Azure Computer Vision API key.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. Confirm if you can see my screen.
Felix, we can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. Now, Victor wants to follow me maybe closely. Okay. At this point, I'm logged into portal.azure. Just go to portal.azure or just click and go to home. And once you are on the home page, you'll see an option for creating a resource, right? So a resource can be anything. A resource can be a virtual machine. A resource can be a web app. It can be a storage account, anything. But at this point, you want to create a Microsoft Azure Computer Vision API key. So just click on create a resource. Once you click on create a resource, then you'll come and search for computer vision and give it some time. You can see it's loading computer vision. Click on that and then click on create. Up to that point, can you confirm, Eric, Victor? Yeah, can you confirm if you have got to that point? Maybe I'm too fast. Hello, Victor. Yes, you have created. Now, click on review and create. Just on the bottom, you'll see something like review and create. So it's going to validate. Okay, validation failed. Required information is missing. Oh, I missed something. Let me go back. Previous. So at this point, let me go previous once more. Previous on the basics. So at this point, you're supposed to select a resource group. I'm going to select the same resource group I had, AI gaming, and then the region, make sure you look for West Europe. So this is a requirement. Let me just scroll down to West Europe. Yeah. Once you click on West Europe, you have to come up with a unique name that hasn't been used. So I'll just click on Digiflex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no. Let me click on Digiflex AI bot. And the pricing tier, make sure you select on the standard version S1, 10 calls per second, then review and create. So at that point, also required information is missing or not valid here. I didn't click on the checkbox, so let me just get back to the basics tab, scroll down, and Tick on that and then review and create. Okay, you did the region West Europe. Okay, Victor, maybe you can confirm. I didn't get that well. So make sure your region is West Europe. Then once the validation is passed, then you'll have now to click on create. So it's going to create a resource. I just wait for it to be done, then you can go to that resource. So can you confirm if you have managed to do that, Eric? I'm not Eric, Victor. I'm confusing Eric and Victor. Yes, now let's go to resource. That's amazing. So go to resource. Now, once you get to resource, I want you to come and click on keys and endpoints. We have something called keys and endpoints on the left navigation bar. If you look at under resource management, you'll see something called keys and endpoint. So this is where you're going to get your computer vision API key, and you can click to show keys or just copy it. And I advise you just to copy it. Once you copy it, get to the AI gaming event. Let me just go back to the editor. Go to the editor. Once you get to the editor, give it some time to load. We have, yeah, you can see I have a number of files, right? So I'm going to get a new one, and I'm going to click on Microsoft API template.py, right? So click on that. We have this simple random template.py, but I want you to click on Microsoft API template.py. So once you click on Microsoft template.py, then give it a name. For example, I'm going to call it Victor. Then I'm going to create, make sure it has the py, felix.py, then click on yes. Then you can see now if you take a look at the navigation bar on your left, you are going to see the Victor Felix.py has been created, and it has been created with the template code that you'll be using. And at this point, it says there's a comment here saying use West Europe API key for the best performance, right? Then I'm going to paste that key right here. So just paste that key. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Just paste that 1, 2, 3, 4 over there. Yeah. Once that is done, then you'll be ready to participate in the tournament. To test if it's working, on the top right corner, just click on run and save. So let me just, okay, I don't want to run it right now because this API key is a fake one. So you can just click on run and save, and you can test it against anyone on the iGaming East Africa, or you can also test it against anyone on the iGaming platform. Yeah, then click on run and it should run your bot. Yeah, so in my case, I'm going to just paste it once more. Yeah, then run and save. It should be able to play my bot with the basic information, with the basic implementation possible. Again, use the house bot. For those who joined us on Wednesday, we told you just an overview on how you can optimize your bot, and you could see that it's possible to score up to 100,000 points or 300,000 points, right? So that's just the basic implementation. So you can see my bot is already playing against the house bot. So it's that simple. Now, that is just getting your file ready, but then you have to make sure that you're registered for this tournament. So if you click on the link, okay, so just go with one key, Eric. Just go with key one. Yeah, just go with key one. So if you click on the link for registering for the tournament, I'm going to paste it once more. Then I'm going to highlight everything and enter. So if you're registered for the tournament, it's going to tell you that you're already registered for the tournament. You can see that, okay, you have successfully registered for this tournament. Now it's now upon me. I mean, I've registered for the event, but not for the tournament. So if I click on editor, not editor. If I go to the, let me just go back. Sorry for that. Let me just go back to games and then view tournaments, right? So if you click on view tournament, if you go to the games tab, then the view tournament, you should be able to see all the tournaments that we have scheduled for today. So you can see we have 2 tournaments. The first tournament has 11 participants registered. The second one has 11 participants registered. Now, you can see as at this point, I'm not registered for the test tournament, right? And I'm also going to leave the AI gaming at the final tournament. I'm going to leave that. Now, if in any case you registered a wrong bot, that's what you will do. If you want to confirm that you have registered the correct bot, just come and leave and you can register again. So for the test tournament, East Africa AI Gaming, I want to register for this tournament. And to do that, just click on this checkbox, tick on that. Once you tick on that, register for the tournament. Then on the place for selecting the file, you are going to select the file that I created before, right? If you get back to the other tab, I did create a file called victorfelix.py. So just give it some time to load. You can see it has already loaded all my files. And then I'm going to click on victor.felix.py, but this is just the basic implementation. I'm going to click on my Optimus bot, that is felixms.py, and then I'm going to click on register. So there's a number of points you need to take, you need to note. So important notes about entering the tournament. The code in the file name entered will be taken as is at the tournament start time. Meaning, if this file, my file was called victor.py and it had a wrong API key or there was error in my code, when that time reaches, that is 18 hours in the evening, to play your bot as it is. So make sure by 18 hours in the evening and by 19 hours in the evening, you have already corrected all the errors you have on your bot, and then you can now register, right? So once I click on felixms bot, I can click on register. So that means I've now officially registered for this tournament. I can now go back to my file editor, do some modification, edit here and there, optimize my code as I wait for the actual tournament. So when this time reaches, that is 18 hours in the evening, you will just come and click on running, and you will be able to view how the bot is playing, how the tournaments are faring on. Yeah, so that is all from my side on that issue. So Victor, okay, we can only use one of the keys. Yeah, okay, you need to use one of, you have been given 2 keys, but just use the first one. Yeah, because your bot can only accept 1 key at a time. But all those keys that have been provided to you, you are free to use whichever you decide. Okay, Victor, can you confirm if now you are up to date with the whole process? So we, the organizers, we won't be participating on the final tournament, but most of us have registered our bot on for the test tournament. Yeah. Okay, error message, the bot name. Okay, the bot name. I'm not sure why you are getting an error message of the bot name. Victor, are you in a position to share your screen so that we guide you through? That will be much easier. Okay, yeah, maybe you can do the whole process again. The bot name, when creating the file, make sure it's if you click on new and you click on Microsoft template.py, just for example, if it's Felix, that name it felix.py, right? Then I'm going to cancel this one. And then when you click on registration, for example, if I want to register for the final tournament, I'm going to click on the checkbox, then register for the tournament. And you can see right now, it hasn't loaded my files yet, but then after some time, it loads all my files. So it depends on how fast your internet is. And then I'll select on the file I want to participate in that tournament, right? So once you click on the bot, the specific file you want to participate, then everything is going to be fine. So I hope that one was elaborate enough. So once you do it, let me know. And if you are having more problems still, you can still find resources from other places. We have something called, it's called Microsoft. If you just AI gaming student ambassadors, you're going to find these resources. We have, I'm just going to paste the link on panel. And if you take a look at this playlist, if you scroll down, you'll see on how to register your bot, how to submit your bot. Actually, they are very short and elaborate, 3 minutes, maximum 7 minutes, very elaborate. So just look at the one you want to follow. But then still, if you've got the time, then you can watch this recording that we had, but it's very long. Maybe you'll have to scroll through. This is the recording where we went through on maybe how to optimize a bot. You can scroll through and see the whole process of registering your bot. Yeah. So I'm pasting the link on the charts so that you can take a look at it at your own time. Okay, so as at now, we have around 36 minutes for our test tournament to start. And before that, I'll be taking you through, I just want to take you through quickly on what we covered on Wednesday. So I'm going back to my editor. I want to try and explain for you how the match game works. Okay, so to make it easier to understand, I'm going to copy everything from this place because it's kind of difficult to edit at this point. So I'm going to use felix.py. I'm going to copy everything. No, I just pasted. Did I just paste? Control A, Control C. Then I'm going to fire up my VS Code so that I can have a clear view of what I'm actually editing. So what I'm doing. So I'm going to name, okay, just a minute. So there goes my VS Code. Then I'm going to create a file called felix.py. And then I'm going to paste my code. Yeah, I'm going to paste the code that was the template code that I created. So there is my API key and everything. And now, before we get started, I want you to understand how everything works, how this portal works. So you can see on the left, you have the navigator where you have the files, you can delete, you can create. And once you have registered your file for the tournament, you'll see kind of it has something like a cup, right? Kind of like a champion cup on the left. That one means you're registered for the bot. And you can see that submit go to the tournament. That is test tournament East Africa is ticked, meaning I'm registered for that tournament. That is if I click on the top right or the drop down for run and save, I'm registered for that. Now, if you take a look at on the left navigation, on the right on navigation pane, you're going to see the online code editor instructions. So this one has all the instructions, selecting an opponent, playing a house bot, playing another specific bot, right? Meaning, if you want to play against my bot and see and test how good you are, you can do that. Then you can play against anyone and play against yourself. Then we have the something called the information tab. So if you click on this icon that looks like a book, you're going to find all the documentations you need about this game. Now, scroll down through the Microsoft Match game. And if I click on the Microsoft Match game, you will see all the instructions that you have over here. This is the same content that you will see that you have covered in the previous video that you've been having. Now, you can see that the Microsoft Match game, your main function is the calculate move, right? It is this one function that calls all other functions, right? Now, I want to go back to my VS Code so that I can make it much easier for you guys to understand. Now, and as I said before that this thing is not that difficult. It's quite easy as long as you have the basics of Python, even if you don't know Python, but you have the basics of in other programming languages. Personally, I'm a JavaScript developer, and when I started kind of learning Python and I was organizing this event, I realized it's so easy. So the good thing about this template, you realize that you have been given everything. All the code has been beautifully commented, and all the instructions are always on the comment. So you realize that at the beginning we are creating some variables, that is the analyze styles. We are setting it to an empty array, previous move, API calls, and then the move number. Now, as stated on the documentation, you saw that, let me click on, I'm trying to find that. You saw that the calculate move is our main function, and from that function we'll be calling other functions. Let me just get back to the code editor. Now, this is the calculate move function, and then we have the analyze tiles, the previous move, and the move number. Now, we are being told that we need to record the number of tiles so that we know how many tiles we need to look through, right? So that's what we are doing over here. The number of tiles, we are recording the number of tiles, and then every time our function is called, our file is called, the calculate move is going to increment the move number by 1. Remember, when you're playing against somebody, each and every one each and every opponent will be called one after the other until the game ends. Yeah. Now, if you take a look at what's happening here, we are checking if the game state, if the upturned tiles in the game state is empty. Now, what is this game state? Now, you can see that game state, the calculate move accepts a variable called game state. And if you go back to the documentation, you realize the game state has everything about the current state of the game by the time the move is called. It will tell you which one is the bonus category, how many scores you have so far, everything you need to know. Now, let me just show you, get to the documentation and show you a sample game state. So let us take a look at Microsoft Match Game, and then upturned tiles, the board. Let me look for the game state. Where is the game state? Okay, so we can decide to print this game state so that we'll see its content. We'll be printing the game state to see its content. So realize the game state will have something called the upturned tiles. So these upturned tiles indicates, shows you the 2 tiles that you turned in your previous move. So one thing you'll note that if your previous move was a win, then the upturned tiles are going to be empty. But then if your previous move was a fail, then the upturned tiles is going to have some content. So take note of that. And if I get back to my bot, we're checking if the upturned tile is empty, and if it's empty, we're just printing them. Else, if it's not empty, then we are just printing that upturned tiles for this move. We are printing the upturned tiles. So you can see if we won, then it's telling us that no upturned tiles for that move, right? And then at this point, we're checking if analyze tiles is empty. So remember, we created a global variable called analyze tiles with as an empty list. And what I'm doing at this point, I'm looking through all those tiles and then creating some dictionaries inside it for each and every tile. So if I had 36 tiles, then I'm going to look through it 36 times, creating dictionaries with the state being analyzed and the subject being null. So that's what it simply does. Then if the game state of upturned tiles is not empty, then it means that if the game state stock upturned tiles is not empty, then it means that our previous move was not a win. So analyze tiles, we are calling this function called analyze tiles, and we are passing it the game state, the upturned tiles, and also the game state. So let me just go to definition, right click, go to definition. Okay, I think there's something with my link. It should be taking me. Let me just take a look at extensions and try to install something. I've got lots of Python extension that are interfering with my code. Okay. Pylons. Let me just install this pylons. Since I've installed it, I've been seeing some reload required. Let me just reload my code. Okay. Okay, so it's still not detecting the function that I have. I don't know why. Let me give it some time. Okay, something's wrong somewhere, but still, I can go direct to this function. Control C. analyze tiles. So this function is what analyzes the tile. So you can see it accepts the tile and the game state, and then for each and every tile, it's called the analyze tile function. So let me just go to this function also, analyze tile function. And if this is where we have the analyze tile function that now makes the request to the Microsoft Computer Vision API endpoints to check if the content of the tile is an animal or it's a landmark, or if it's a landmark, if it's an animal, or if it's a text. So you can see at this point, I'm checking if the landmark is an animal. So this is a function that checks if the landmark is an animal. If you right click and go to definition, okay, it's not giving me that option. If you go to this function, let me just Control C, Control find that function. Check for landmark. No, I want to check for landmark. So you can see the check for landmark is empty. I want the check for animals that has already been implemented by default. So yeah, we have this one called check for animal. I just want to find where the function has been defined. Check for animals, what it does, it receives the Microsoft API response and then the animal list, and then what it does, it tries to analyze the response from the Microsoft API endpoint to check to check the content of the tile, and it returns the subject. So maybe one hint I can give at this point is that at this point you're already returning the subject, but remember on a Wednesday you're telling me that if you want to make your bot maybe score more points, you need to take care of the bonus category. So, and if you are taking care of the bonus category, then you have to know that the tile the categories belongs to. So you have also to keep track of the category. So that's just a hint. And then let me go back to where this function was defined. See, at this point, you are checking if it's a landmark. If it's not a landmark, you check if it's an animal. If it's not an animal, then you can see we have a to-do. Use the Microsoft OCR API to determine if the tile contains a word, right? So if it contains a word, then if we find a matching subject, then you're going to update the analyzed tiles to analyzed and then update the subject to subject. Yeah. So that is something you need to take note of. Then let me just go back to the calculate move function. Okay, so this is the function that does the matching. Okay, before where were we? Game state. Yeah, we had the analyze time, and then once we do the analysis, then we have the search for matching tiles. So what this function does, this is the function that tries and search for tiles that are matching. So let me just copy these and go to it. Come down here, search for matching tiles. Go to, okay, let me Control find, search for. So search for matching tiles tries to analyze our analyzed tiles. Remember, this is the list that you created that had everything, and it loops through them, trying to check if the state is analyzed, if the subject of tile 1 equals the subject of tile 2, and then if the subject is not none, right? So this is also a place you can add some logic to check on the bonus category. So that is a hint you also need to take care of. And then getting now back to our calculate move function, if in any case we don't find any match, then what we are going to do, we have something we are going to print. If match is not none, then print out the move for the debugging. Then else, create a list of all tiles that we haven't analyzed. Yeah, so this is a function that's going to take a look and find all the tiles that have been analyzed, and then what it does down here, it randomly selects 2 tiles, right? So if you read this comment, it says choose the unanalyzed tiles that you want to turn over in your next move. We turn over a random pair of tiles. We turn a random pair of unanalyzed tiles, but could you make a more intelligent choice? So this is something like a hint that you've been provided over here. Instead of doing it randomly, can you do some analysis and get and select 2 tiles intelligently? Then else, if all else fails, we need to manually match each tile. Yeah. So At this point, you're also told that it will be more efficient to remember which tile you have tried to match. Yeah. So if once you do that, at the end you're going to have a move, and then we are going to store the move that we are about to make to be the previous move, so that next time our function is called, the move that we just made when our next function is called is now going to be the previous move. Then we return that move. So that is just the basic implementation. As long as if you haven't added anything, your bot should be able to run, but your target is to make sure that you are able to analyze all the tiles. And then once you have analyzed, you are in a position to analyze all the tiles, then you can now make use of the Microsoft. I mean, you can now try on now to optimize your bot. Yeah. So that was just an overview. So maybe if somebody has any question at this point, you can let me know before as we wait for the test tournament to start. Anybody who has a question? So our test tournament is going to start at around. Our test tournament is going to start at around. Let me just get back to the games. The tournament. It's going to start from 18 hours in the evening. So we have approximately 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay, is this thing serious? No, it's not 7 days. What's the date today? 6 p.m. 2nd of June. Okay, 0 days, 0 hours, 20 minutes, 19 minutes to go. Yeah. So you can now take this time maybe now to analyze your bot, work on your bot. If you have any questions, we are here to help you. Okay, guys, you feel free to leave and come back at 18 hours in the evening and see how your bot fares against the other bots. Yeah.
Utumie hii hapa Google kwamba wao wanashinda ni click right yo.
I hope, Victor, you are able to register your bot. Okay, yes. Okay, Victor, now let's wait. So ensure you have also registered for the test tournament, for the final tournament. just share the form on the chats. So if you'd like to know more about Jenga School, you can fill the form on the chats. We have 2 minutes to go. We can wrap the call. Optimize support. Okay, guys, it's around 3 minutes. 3 minutes di final tournament. So once you get to 16 hours, 18 hours in the evening, you can come to the running tab and refresh it, and then I will see how it actually plays out. Okay, 1 minute to go. 4 seconds to go. So you can come to the running tab and keep refreshing until finally so once you get to the running tab, just keep refreshing until you see. So how many seconds do we have? 1 second. There you go. Okay, and our tournament has started. Okay, there we go. So this team has been called a foreign team. So okay, I've been played against so I personally I want to participate as a tournament, so you can see really won. Really was playing alone. Let me just zoom out. So it's playing. Okay, there you go. Masaldavi. Okay, Max. So maybe you can see how these bots are playing. Let's see how Max is playing. If you click on each, you can see how they're playing. So for example, that should show you how the game is going through. Let me turn off my to use the value. So this is
Felix,
what?
we can't hear you clearly.
Okay. Let me set my mic in good position. Okay, can you confirm if you can hear me now clearly? You can hear me, right?
Yeah, now we can hear you very clear.
Okay. So we are done with the quarterfinals. We are going to the semifinals. So winning against Max Mugendi. Let's see how this is playing out. Okay, winning F-bot 0. Bot Matata. That's a very cool name. Bot Matata already has 5 points. Winnie 1 point. Okay, that game they are still playing out. Let's take a look at another game. Gustive against the non-movie. Let's see how this one is playing out. Okay. Gustive, 12 points so far. The non-movie, 14 points. Gustive, 13, 16. There we go, there we go, there we go. Gustive, 18. The non-movie, 21. So the non-movie seems to have done some good work. Oh, the non-movie just won. Yeah. Oh, Winnie won. So let's see how Digiplex against OPEX. This is my bot against OPEX. Let's see how this one is playing out. Okay. This one is not good. You can't say that bot defeated me. Okay, so it's just starting to play out, I think so. That's still playing out. Christine against Tony. Tony won. Okay. Then, oh, Oxpep just won by bot. That's amazing. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Wow.
Wow, it's amazing.
Who is that Oxford who just won my bot? Okay. That's interesting. They don't move against, so we are in the semifinals. Tony against Winnie. Oxpep against the no movie. Okay. This semifinal seems to be taking a lot of time. Let's see how Tony and Winnie are faring along. Tony Lotti. I can see these guys are doing some good analysis. They are trying to analyze all the tiles before they start playing. So there we go, Tony, Winnie, 30. Not bad. Game ascended, maximum number of moves made, it was a draw. Okay. Oxpex against the no movie. Let's see. Okay, 126. Oxpex 5 for 10, 2000. 2050. Okay, so Oxpex, I see your bot was so good. Maybe that's why he was able to defeat mine. Okay, 2060 points against the no movie 24 points. That's amazing. So Oxpex just made it to the finals. Okay, then we are waiting for Tony against Winnie. Let's see how this is going on. Tony 22, 263, Winnie 271. Okay. Wow. Winnie won, and now we are going to the finals. Winnie against Oxpex. This must be interesting. Let's see how this goes. So the other final, Oxpex won with almost 2,000 points. Winnie won the semifinals with 200 and something points. So let's see. Winnie has already done some 2 matching. 2 points so far. I can see Oxpex is really making use of, is really trying to do one of the analysis fast before he does any matching. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, both of them seems to be intelligent. I think all of them are first of all doing the analysis before they start matching, which is a very good strategy. 27, 10. Okay, 22, 23. 2 points so far, Winnie. Oxpex. They still haven't started matching. Okay, let's see how this goes. Wow. Win is matching 30, 62, 126, 1000, 2040. Wow. Wow, 16,000. This is amazing. 3,000.
Wow, really challenging.
Oh my God. Got 32,768 points. Congratulations. Can you guys clap? Who is this Oxford? Are you on the chat? Are you on the call? Maybe you can say hi. Wow, this is amazing. This is some good work. This is some good work. This is some good work. Okay, so Winnie came second, and then let's see the semi-finals. So the finals. So Tony against the no movie. So we have Oxpex taking the first position, Winnie coming in second, Tony coming in third, and the no movie. So Tony, is this your bot?
Yeah, it's my bot,
Wow.
Felix.
Okay, I see you did good work. So make sure you don't register for the final tournaments. Make sure you can register for the final tournaments.
I removed my bot from final tournament. Only I submitted the default bot.
Oxpep. Oxpep, are you on the call? Hello, Oxpep, are you on the call? Okay, maybe it's not on the call. Now, you guys have got some time to work on your bot until 7 p.m. Okay, I don't know if that time is just too much. Do you want me to pull down the final tournament sometimes back, or do you want to stay to that time?
Let it stay at that time.
Let it stay at that time. Okay, Timothy, just as you've said, you're going to have
people they want to make sure their bot are improved.
Okay, so remember in the final tournament we have over 40 participants. So do some magic, do some magic. I can see OX paper has already proved to be dangerous. Yeah, so you feel free to leave the call and get back at 17 hours of the 19 hours of the evening. That is around 15 minutes from now. I think that's enough time for you guys to work on your bot. And yeah. Okay, guys, so it's almost. I'm hoping everyone is excited for the final tournament. Okay, Google is speaking to itself. Okay, are you guys seeing my screen? Let me share my screen. It's like I stopped sharing my screen. Okay, so to view the tournament that we'll be playing right now, just navigate to the Games tab, then view tournaments. Then now I see we now have 44 players. Okay, 1 minute to go. Okay, 10 seconds, 10 seconds to go. And our tournament will start. Fresh tournament, fresh tournament, fresh tournament. Perfect. And our tournament has officially started. Hope you guys are excited for this KA Gaming final tournament, 7 p.m., 2nd of July. Okay, there goes round one. Lindsay Omoto has already won the first one of the rounds. Okay. OPEX, I can see OPEX is back again. Okay, which bot is this? Okay. I think this was a test bot I did. I was using to test some time back using another account. So I hope it won't go far because there's nothing I wrote there. So don't be worried. Okay, I can see we have a number of people. Limba Casey. Okay, lots of guys are in for the final tournament. So we're in the second round. So you on your end, you can check and see if you have made it to the second round. You can just scroll down. Okay. Okay, now I can see the movie, Christine. Wow, this is some good work you guys are doing. So some have already made it to the some have already made it to the third rounds. Wow, so some guys did some good work over here. Let's take a look at one of them. Let's take a look at round 3. See, oh, the game has already started. Let's click on one that has played. That's currently playing. Josephine versus Masaludavi. Okay. Wow. That's like this one was well played. Let me see. 9-1. Okay, not bad. So, Degawa Wamuhi. Okay, OPEX versus MKY. So you can see my bot. This was the test bot I created a long time ago. Never it was registered over here. So it has already been defeated. Max Mugendi versus Baguti. Tony. Okay, Tony, how comes your bot is in the tournament? You are supposed to have been registered for the final tournament. Let's see.
That's a default boat. I didn't even modify anything.
Okay, so it's a default boat. Okay, no problem. Let's see. So we are going for the quarterfinals, right? Let's see who is going to make it the quarterfinals. So Gavi, Ndega versus OPEX, Ndeg Wamuhi versus OPEX. So you can see OPEX is making its way to the quarterfinals. We have Max Bugendi versus Cinemox, Tony versus Deno Movie, Christine versus Inap, Winnie versus, yeah. So wow, this is amazing. Let's take a look at this and let's see how these guys are faring on. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. 2 points. Let's take a look at another one. So nobody has, okay. Congratulations, Milan Emet. You made it to the quarterfinals. Tony Lotti, I can see your boat is making it, Tony. So, you kicked out the no movie, which was not supposed to be the case. Your boat was not supposed to be here. And then we have Max Mugendi has made it to the quarterfinals. OPEX versus Ndega Wamuhi. OPEX was the person who won during the test tournament. So let's see. Okay, PB developer versus Traga. Okay, these guys are doing some good work over here. Okay. Mary Thomas made it to the quarterfinals. Ndega Wamuhi versus OPEX. Their boat is still playing. Tony versus the no movie. Let's see how this goes. Victor Ken has made it to the quarterfinals. Wow. Congratulations to everyone who has made it to the quarterfinals. Wow, so it's like there's something really difficult between these two guys. The Guamuhi and OPEX. It's like these guys are, seems they are all tough. Okay, are the bots really playing? Okay, maybe my page is not loaded. Let me open this page on another tab. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I think the other page was okay. So these two are still fighting for the quarterfinals. Then our movie and OPEX. Let's did some good work. Christine 254. Pilat made it to the final point. So let's take a look at this tournament that is taking years to complete. Like these bots were perfectly programmed. These bots seems they were perfectly programmed. But there's something wrong. The bots aren't making any changes. Okay, let's see who kicks out the other. So it's only one person remaining for the quarterfinals. One and the Gawabuhi versus OPEX for the quarterfinals. Let's see how this goes. Wow. Nobody has managed to do any matching so far. The bots are taking too long. Okay, so Ndagawamuhi is now doing has already done some matching. Okay, 62, 126, 510, 10,000. Wow. OPEX is super perfect. 500. Oh my God. Am I seeing this correctly? Ndagawamuhi scored 5,000 524,000 points, while OPEX scored 262,000. Okay, so OPEX, you got your match. So Degomuhi, congratulations. Now it's Degomuhi versus Mary Thomas. Good work. So it's like that bot was perfectly programmed. I've never seen that high number of points in any AI gaming tournament I've attended. So you guys did some good work over there. So it's Tony versus Max Mugendi and Hilath versus 7. So our winner, round 1, our test tournament winner just got defeated. That was OPEX. Now let's see how Vector Ken goes against Douglas. Okay. Wow, 28, 17. Victor Ken is like going to win it to the semifinals. 5. Okay. Victor Ken won. Congratulations, Victor, for making it to the semifinals. Winnie made it to the semifinals, and then Mark Mugendi made it to the semifinals, and then Dego Wamuhi made it to the semifinals. Perfect. This is going to be hell. Now it's Max Mugendi. This is now the finals. Max Mugendi versus Degwa Wamuhi. Perfect. Let's see how this goes. Degwa Mugendi, 1 point so far. But Matata. Oh, that's a funny name. But Matata, 6 so far. Wow. Game has ended maximum moves winner Bot Matata. Oh God. Boxing book. Bot Matata just won. Now it's Winnie. Winnie has made it to the final. So the finals, it's Winnie versus Bot Matata. Let's see how this game is going to play. So Bot Matata, 4 points so far. Winnie, 0 points. I see Winnie is doing some analysis in the background, but Matata 5 points so far. This is amazing. 2 points. But Matata 10 so far. Winnie 2 so far. Okay, Winnie 16 points, 32. But Matata 17. 4,000, 16,000, 327,000. Wow, these congratulations. And there we have our winner for the tournament as Winnie. Congratulations, Winnie. And then first runners up is Ndegwa Wamuhi. So the results is Winnie being the top winner, Max Mugendi coming second, Ndegwa Wamuhi coming third, and then Victor Ken. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. That's amazing. So maybe let's take a look at how the third and the fourth place fared on. Okay. So wow. So Ndegwa Muhi got 4,000 points, while Victor Ken scored 29 points. Congratulations. That's amazing. It is cool work. You guys, you did some perfect job, and keep it on. So I'm going to share my screen, and now I'm going to share my screen so that I show you the people who made it to the top finals. The people are going to win the reward. So starting with our results for the final tournament, Winnie and Max Mugendi, they're going to get full scholarship from Jenga School. Each scholarship worth around 60,000. And then Ndegwa, Wamuhi, and Victor Ken, each of you is going to get a Microsoft backpack. Yeah. And now let's move to the bootcamp swag winners. Just a minute. I share my screen. So present from the current slide. Okay. So our bootcamp swag winners were FKND001, Deno Movie, Ramon Gildo, and Timothy Yagevi. So these are the guys who attended all the sessions consecutively. So being led by FKD, who had the highest number of hours for all the bootcamp sessions, then Movie, Ramon Gildo, and then Timothy I gave you. So if Candy and then Movie are all going to get Microsoft backpack, and then Ramon and Gildo are going to get Microsoft notebook and pen from Microsoft. Yeah. And the first people who submitted their bot, that is Winnie, was the first person to submit their bot for the test tournament. So Winnie will be winning a Microsoft backpack, and this time we will be winning Microsoft notebook and pen. So congratulations, guys, and thanks for making this event an awesome event. Okay, thank you. And I would like maybe before I give, we have Dawood. Dawood is the Microsoft MVP in AI. So before I give Dawood, maybe I would like to invite Anthony maybe to say something. Anthony is one of the organizers. By the way, do we have, okay, let me see, do we have Winnie in the house? Maybe when you can come and you can just unmute and say hi if you're available, or Max Mugendi, Ndego Amuhi, and Victor Ken.
Hi.
Hi, Winnie.
Hi, how are you?
You're doing fine.
Yes, it feels good to win.
Okay. What strategy do you use to make your voice transfer 300,000 wins?
Just analyzing the tiles after the 18 move. Sorry, like the first 17 moves, the first 18 moves, analyzing the tiles. And the second one was making sure with every turn I just focus on getting the bonus category. And if I don't get the bonus category, I make sure I make a list of all the subjects that match, and then I take a pair from there. So I reduce randomization as much as possible.
Okay, thank you. Do you have Max Mugendi? Max Mugendi. Aha. Hello, Max Mugendi. Which country are you from, Winnie?
Kenya.
Okay, where do you study?
UN.
University of Nairobi. Congratulations. That's what I know.
Thank you.
Max Mugendi, you can come up.
Okay, I didn't expect to do this well, but it seems there was a good chance to get something today. So I enjoyed coding for the bots. And generally just reading through the code and getting to know how the game worked friendly. And I also did the bonus, but I think the code I submitted is the one that I had tried the code, but it also did well. So I think I'll take some pointers from Winnie. I think I'll just make them name and I'll do better.
Okay.
Chance for
Okay,
the
congrats. Yeah, so you realize that if you take a look at our test tournament, Winnie and none of them were on the top 4, right? Yeah, we had Winnie. Winnie was number 2, but Max and Lady were not in the top 4. So you guys did some good work in the 1 hour break that you had. Congratulations. Then do we have Ndega Wamuhi? What about Victor Ken? Do you have Victor Ken in the house?
Yeah, I'm here. So actually,
Okay, I just okay. Let me just note down. Max
Yep.
Mugendi, which country are you from? Max Mugendi, please. Which country are you from? Let me note that down. Max Mugendi.
Kenya.
Max Mugendi is from Kenya. Which university? Which school?
USA.
Oh, USIU, congratulations, USIU. Okay, then Victor Ken.
Yeah, hello.
Yes,
So
Victor, you're welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Victor. Yeah.
Nice, thank you. So actually, I just started coding when this tournament was announced, and
Yeah.
I don't understand what I did, so I just followed instructions. So I won't lie that I studied for anything, because even right now, if you tell me explain your code, I cannot explain anything. So I just
Okay,
did the
so
basic. Yeah.
okay, that's okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Okay, I think we don't have Ndego or Muni on the call. Okay, so congratulations, guys. That was amazing work you guys did, and keep up the same spirit. So I'm going to invite Dawood, maybe to say hi and greet you guys. Dawood is Microsoft MVP in artificial intelligence, and then after that, I'm going to call Anthony to give a vote of thanks. Yeah. I'm going to call Anthony and Yedidia to say hi. Anthony and Yedidia is one of the organizers, so Anthony is going to say hi. Yedidia will be saying hi, then Anthony will be giving a lot of thanks. So welcome, Dawood. Dawood.
Yeah, Felix, it's inspiring. Thank you so much. I see the amazing works you guys are doing. For East Africa, I see all the works that you guys have spent like couple of weeks, teaching people how they can harness AI and also harnessing the power of the AI gaming platform. I'm personally so honored to see how Felix and all the leaders of this event are navigating through their ways on successful events and then reaching out to many people and helping you all to learn one or two things. I'm just excited. And the AI gaming platform has a suite of services, and before you even undermine it, just take a look that you just learned how to use the Azure platform, right? You just learned how to use cloud computing. You just learned how to use the computer vision. You just learned OCR. There are a lot of words and things that you've taken away from this single event. And yeah, happy swags and happy events. Thanks so much for having me joining from the AI gaming side, and I look forward to see more achievement from all of you.
Okay, thanks, Dawood. How is Ghana, by the way? Dawood is from Ghana. Tell us how Ghana is doing, or where you can.
Yeah, and Ghana is so cool. After this event, I'll be heading towards the gym to go have some exercise and stuff like that. So it's as peaceful as possible, and that's to say that COVID has also gone seamlessly down. It's not a threat to us at all, but we just keep observing the protocols. Yeah, it's just exciting to see my African brothers doing amazing stuff, and that's really inspiring to me.
Okay, thank you so much, Dawood. So I was just doing a replay of the final tournament, and you can see how these guys, how Bot Matata and Winnie Deckbot played against each other. So it's actually nice. Now I'm going to call Ididia. Ididia is one of the organizers from Ethiopia. So Ididia, maybe you can unmute and say hi. Ididia
Hi,
Sugamo.
hello everyone, and congratulations to winners. This has been a long journey, a journey from the start, and I'm sure that all of you have learned something from this event and the bootcamp as well. And congrats again to everyone.
Okay, thank you so much, Sugamo. So actually, it has been a long journey. We had some problems here within. The Microsoft Teams you were using for all the communication was accidentally deleted. And that's why I think there was a drop on the number of participants who joined. So the last week, most of the people had trouble joining. We had to reschedule all the events. So thank you guys for making it up to this point. This was an amazing work. Yeah. So Anthony, Anthony is a Microsoft Launch Student Ambassador from Tanzania. Anthony, maybe you can say hi and give us a lot of thanks. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, people from East Africa. Hi, guys. Congratulations to all participants and all winners. I'm very proud for winning a female coder who won the final tournament. Congratulations. Also, I would like to congratulate all the participants and all people joined our bootcamp from this day we have started to the last day. What I can say, so people you have learned a lot about Python and about the AI gaming or about the using Azure platform. So don't stop don't stop learning those things or other things from now. So keep on learning and keep on digging more about machine learning and about coding. So artificial intelligence is the best upcoming technology. So I would like you guys to stick on AI and do more big thing or wonderful thing in machine learning and artificial intelligence. So Felix, thank you for this chance and thank you for this opportunity.
Okay, thanks everyone. If in any case you did one, we'll be contacting you, and we'll ask you to share with us your shipping address, and then we'll contact you from there. So thanks everyone. Thanks for joining. Have a nice evening. Have a nice morning wherever you are. Most of you are in East Africa, so have a nice evening. Thank you everyone.